Horror tag, everyone! It is horror tag time. And what I'm going to do here is pretty much tell you all of my favorite horror films and not so favorite. So I'm going to compile that list. I'm going to tell you all about it. And no. Not be so excited anymore. That's what I'm going to be. You saw that. That wasn't me. That. Am I going crazy? I mean, what did you see that? Oof. Oh. That was me out of the sci-fi tag. Whew. That's a bruise. Oh. All right. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. Let's see here. What do we got going on here? Nope, I am in the wrong time frame. He was actually doing. Oh. Did I just scare myself? Yeah, memory serves. I think I just did. Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna take over for this. I ain't likely to come back. I think I scared myself half to death. I didn't come back until next morning. So I'll just take over. I got out of a sci-fi tag, so that's interesting. So we can have a little bit of a mixed genre here. So sci-fi horror, but I think we're just gonna keep it to horror, not sci-fi horror. Well, I think I'll have to anyway. Yep, slashers and stuff like that. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here. Q&A on slasher films. What were my favorites? What were not? Got it. Okay, let's get started. Favorite standalone slasher. What have I seen? Oh, you know what I liked? The Open House. I really liked that one, didn't I? Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, in all seriousness, The Open House was a piece of garbage, and that wasn't even a great standalone slasher film that was probably trying to set up for a sequel. No, I was kidding. Identity, and I'm being serious. That movie was actually surprisingly, because I didn't think about it at first until I had to really, really kind of look up which ones that I seen and all that. And then Identity showed up, and I was like, oh yeah, and that's a slasher film, and a very psychological one at that, because it's these people that are trapped in a hotel, and they're just kind of like they're unable to actually leave. And when they do, it just ends up bringing them right back, and you're just kind of like wondering why. So they're all these group of people are all stuck together. They're getting picked off one by one, and you're really not sure why. And the twist was really cool, and I think it's definitely one of the more underrated slasher films out there. Sometimes it doesn't even act like a slasher film; it's more like a psychological thriller than a slasher. But you know, hey, if there's somebody prowling around with a knife, I call that a slasher. So I liked it. Okay. And I'm going to keep this genuine without that many cuts either, by the way. So, favorite final girl. I will definitely have to say, hands down, Cabin in the Woods, Dana. Technically, she wasn't supposed to be the final. She wasn't. She was supposed to be the final girl, but she wasn't by the end. But for all intents and purposes, she was played out to be that way. And I'm not going to spoil the movie, but the way that everything was set up in the movie, it was like, yeah, she's supposed to be the final girl, but then it didn't end that way. And she had the best growth, in my opinion. And towards the end, when she decided to wreak havoc on the system that was against her, trying not to give too much away, she actually decides to hit a button to just make hell on earth happen. And she said, let's get this party started. And it was one of my favorite lines. Loved her. Loved the movie. Favorite slasher mask? Okay, so you know what you think of when you hear of your favorite, like the Scream or the, Michael Myers or Jason, for that matter. Me is a little unconventional. And in fact, I don't have a favorite. It's just this is the one that popped up, and this one kind of made me go, something's up with this mask. And that is actually for The Strangers, not the Pray at Night one. You stop it. Doesn't even look remotely good, and I haven't even seen it. Um, no, but that one just kind of was interesting. It's unexpressive. It's intimidating. You don't know what this person is thinking when you're wearing it, and you just know it's not for good reasons. So, yeah, Stranger's Mask. Favorite horror setting? I really do enjoy a good haunted house one. Like, if you can make even a small town look creepy, oh, I'm all for it. Like Trick or Treat, yeah, I was definitely down for that movie. I love that movie, and it made the town just very mysterious, riddled with history, and then beautiful at the same time. And you just know good things and bad things happen here. But yeah, no. So if you can actually give me a good town-like setting and make that creepy just as much as the house, oh yeah, definitely. The home setting is definitely my favorite. Favorite slasher kill? Okay, gonna cheat here. I'm gonna say the massacre that happens in Cabin in the Woods. Again, trying not to spoil anything, but there is a huge onslaught of people that get killed, and that was just so interesting to me because it was hilarious, it was abrupt, it was exciting, and some a little bit terrifying because you're really not sure what the hell is going on. But of course, if I can't cheat, then I'm gonna focus and say that anyone who pretty much died in Evil Dead. See, damn it, that's not it. I can't do that either. I gotta pick one movie. Well, okay, so I'm gonna stretch it. Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2. So considering the fact that Ash had to kill his girlfriend Linda, he kills her, and even in the second film, there's a bit of a recap where he had to do that all over again. This woman gets decapitated, well, possessed, decapitated, buried, reanimated, danced around, and then her head was possessed and went all over Ash and started biting him and stuff. And then he had to put her in a clamp. And then after being taunted for a while, she gets the chainsaw. Yeah, that was so over the top, so surprisingly cheesy and stupid and wonderful. It's my favorite slashing bit, should I say, even through a demon. I don't know if that counts, but I'm gonna just go with that. Uh, what else we got here? Worst slasher film. Black Christmas. If you go to Tyler's video, which I'll provide on the link below, he talks about Black Christmas actually, and he didn't want to talk about it. And I kind of don't want to either. But sad thing is I saw this movie too, and this was it was an abomination, that's for sure. And I haven't even seen the original, which is sad. But this movie didn't make much sense to me because between the loose tiles on the floor to snoop on the girls, to my nose is itching a lot. I'm sorry. Um, with the killer trying to snoop on the girls, and you get like no purpose behind that. Like it makes no sense why the tiles are that loose, and how the killer's able to actually look and see without anyone around him noticing. Because I mean, if you really think about the construct of a house, it just doesn't make sense. But it's neither here nor there. The Christmas ornaments being used as weapons, I don't know if that's really plausible. But the finalized impending doom of our killer being impaled by a Christmas tree was just completely implausible to me. I couldn't believe it. No, that was not. No, this movie makes me sick to my stomach. The Hills Have Eyes 2. Nobody was likable. The military team gets killed off, and you just don't give a shit. And the mutants and the offspring are probably the most interesting, but of course, they're paper cardboard cutouts of things that you're supposed to be terrified in. And I'm thinking, what's the point? I loathe that film. And the last but not least, I had at least 3 of these. Mindhunters. Nothing in that movie made sense. Nothing. A killer who seeks out cops' weaknesses and exploits them by killing them off on an island with no help so they can't reach for one. So the big cover story for all of this is that it's a training exercise. No. Just no. Just no. And to top it all off, the killer is among them, and the more I keep thinking about this movie, the more it pisses me off. Okay, the killer is with the group, and there are red herrings of who the real killer is, and then, of course, something happens to the killer to make it look like this couldn't possibly be the character you're thinking he is, but it ends up being him anyway. I could go on, but I'm not going to, because this movie pisses me off. It doesn't work as a slasher film any more than a cop movie. No. Okay, last but not least, favorite nude scene. Okay, so this is a little embarrassing because I don't like talking like this. Because it's like, ooh, boobies. I'm like, yeah, they're fantastic, but when you see it in a movie, you're just like, there they are. And now they're gone, But Freddy versus Jason. If I have to boil it down to anything, the beginning scene had probably the best nude scene and a very interesting experience with it, where it's in the beginning where a girl at Crystal Lake thinks her boyfriend is coming up behind her, and she flashes her chest trying to be all sultry and stuff. Well, now she was busty and beautiful and all that stuff. It was great. Like, oh, wow. That's awesome. That's actually not what got me. It was just as soon as that happened, the audience goes nuts. And this woman next to me goes, this ain't a movie for children. And of course, there's me. I'm not even supposed to be in the theater, like I snuck in. And I was just kind of thinking, you think? And I mean, that was just kind of funny. That was kind of what made it much more memorable for me. But yeah, no, I rather enjoyed that film as well. So that pretty much wraps up the Q&A for the horror tag. And probably should get out of here so that way I'm not upsetting the time stream continuum. But with that said, I'll do the closing statements here. Thank you. Tyler's the one that tagged me in this. Thank you for tagging me in this. If I do get a chance to tag anybody, it'll be down below. I just want to make sure that, because I don't do that stuff on the fly, unfortunately. I kind of suck at it. But that will be down below. And with all that said, thank you so much for watching. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do TV show reviews, mostly TV. I try to get around to a movie once in a while, and I like reviewing both of those mediums that come together and make a universe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to hightail it. You have a great one, and I'll see you guys next time.